My name is Tamara Caldwell, and I became a person of interest in this case because of my first cousin Victoria Caldwell. She implicated me in this murder, and that's how I became involved in it because of my cousin Victoria.
Did you speak to her at the time that she did implicate you, or even beforehand? Did you have any knowledge that she was going to do that?
I had no knowledge of anything she was gonna do. Not one piece of evidence that she was gonna do this.
The minute that you were charged with the crime, did you have anything, to say to her? Did you speak to her at all, or?
They wouldn't let me. I couldn't talk to nobody. They came and picked me up and took me straight to the Drury Suites in Paducah, Kentucky.
If you had any relationships with these individuals, can you speak about that? And that is, of course, Victoria, Rosie, Venetia, Jeffrey, Quincy, Austin, and Austin Leach and Isaac Benjamin in the year 2000.
I had no knowledge. I knew of Lolo Saxton. I knew of him. I didn't hang around him. Jeffrey Burton, I went to school with him, didn't hang around with him, didn't, go out and holler or play or anything like that. Rosie is my first cousin. I spoke to her periodically, not all the time because they was on the go all the time. I didn't know where they was at all time. Victoria is my first cousin. I didn't talk to her either. They were in and out of our lives. Who else? I said Jeffrey Burton. I went to school with him. Austin Leach, I knew of him. I didn't hang around him either. So I don't know how I became involved in this because I have no knowledge of anything that had to do with these people.
Can you talk about the incident of Victoria, claiming you pushed your mother or grandmother down the steps, and you think that's why you became involved?
Yes, that's why I think I became involved because she said her mother, Victoria's mother, Wanda, told her that I pushed my grandmother down the steps. That's how she died, and that's why she put me in this case.
Did you have any interactions with Wanda at the time of you being charged?
Nope. No, sir. No, I didn't.
Can you talk about Quincy, when you two met, when you two became romantically involved? Talk a little bit about that.
Let's see, I didn't meet Quincy until 2002. And we went and picked him up in Union City. And we went from there. And we was together from there on until I hadn't messed with or talked to him since 2015. No, 2005. That's when I stopped messing with Quincy. And I hadn't heard from him since 2005.
What was your first impression of Quincy upon meeting him?
My first impression was that he was very nice, very respectful. He knew that I was pregnant, and that he was gonna be the father, because her other father was not gonna be there at all, and I liked that about him because he was very, very helping. He helped me. We helped each other, and we got along like that.
When your child was born, was Quincy in the picture at the time?
Yes, he was.
How was he with your kid or kids at the time?
He was great with my kids. He was the one that liked to go outside and play with the kids, and he took time with the kids. And that's what I liked about him, because he took time with my kids.
Can you talk about the alleged incidents of Quincy threatening you and others at your house?
I can't, because I don't. It never happened. That never happened. I don't.
Can you talk about what was allegedly said to have happened there?
What allegedly was said was that Quincy, me, Jeff, and a couple of other people were supposedly sitting up there. Quincy was supposedly came upstairs with the gun and threatened all of us with this gun. That's all I know.
And can you say something like that never did happen?
That never did happen.
Can you talk about being picked up for the interview in the hotel suite? Talk about as much as you can remember, down to every detail, starting with learning about your name coming up in the investigation. And
The day they came and got me, picked me up, the state troopers came and got me. And they didn't read me my rights, and they asked me, they need me to go with them to answer some questions, and said that I wasn't being arrested. So we got to the jury suites, and Brent White came downstairs from out of the jury suite and asked me if I knew why I was here, and I kept telling him, no, I don't know why I'm here. And he never once did anybody read me my rights. Not even when I got up to the room. So he came downstairs and I was crying the whole time. And he was like, you know what you're doing? What you're doing here? I was like, no, let me know. He still didn't tell me. So he got me out of the car, walked me upstairs, and took me into the room. And that's where Detective Weiss and O'Neill was sitting. And they just started interrogating me, like you know you're gonna, you know you did it. You're gonna be shipped up the river, and you ain't never gonna see your kids again. And do you know this person? And do you know that person? And I think it was O'Neill, the taller one. He was reaching up under the table and rubbing my leg the whole time, saying, it's going to be okay. You need to tell the truth. It's going to be okay. And I said, no, it's not going to be okay because I have nothing to do with it. I don't know anything. I can't give you no answers to something I don't know about. And he said, will you take a lie detector test? And I said, yeah. And they would cut the recorder off and say something to me, and I'd tell him no, and he would cut it back on, and then they would switch, take turns doing that, and get up and go to pretend like they're going to get the lie detector test for me, but they never came back out with no lie detector test. They never gave me a lie detector test, and they had me. Before they took me up to the room, they had me down in the cruiser for, I know, at least 8-9 hours without asking me nothing. If you want anything to drink, you have to use the bathroom, no nothing. And I didn't get to the jail to Graves County jail until like 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. That's how long they kept me there at the jury suites.
Can you talk about your interaction with law enforcement up until you were arrested and charged? Was there any harassment or any shady things that was going on?
Up until I was arrested, no, there wasn't. They didn't mess with me.
Can you speak about the interrogation and the pitting each other against you and Jeff to get each of you to testify against one another?
What I thought was going to be our trial, my lawyer came in and told me that Jeff was going to lie on me. And as we were getting ready to go into the courtroom, Jeff's lawyer came in there and told my lawyer that Jeff was going to lie on me. And my lawyer told me that the alpha plea was the best thing that I need to do if I wanted to, see my kids graduate. And I thought it was the best thing for me to do because I was ready to go to trial because I was innocent. I'm ready to go to trial. And to find out that we're not going to trial, that I have to take an alpha plea, it was just crazy.
Did you feel like you were forced into taking the Alfred plea after Quincy was sentenced to life?
Yes, I do. I do feel like I was forced to take an alpha plea, not knowing what an alpha plea was. Then they didn't explain it to me.
Do you regret not going to trial now?
Yes, I sure do.
How do you feel when you were convicted in court and sentenced to prison?
I felt like I was going to not see my kids for a long time. I didn't think I was going to ever get to come home. It was scary.
Did you have any contact with Victoria during your trial or after getting to prison?
Nope, no sir. No contact with Victoria or Venetia.
When was the first time you spoke to Victoria after all of this happened?
Oh, I'd probably say, I don't know, probably maybe a year after I got released. I started talking to Victoria. Yeah, I say about a year after that. She started calling me out of the blue and telling me, Tamara, I know you didn't do it. I know you didn't do it, Tamara. I said, well, why come you don't tell the truth? And she was like, I can't tell the truth. I can't tell the truth. She kept giving me the runaround saying that she can't tell the truth, that people was going to kill her if she told the truth.
What is your relationship like with Victoria today?
I don't have a relationship with her. I mean, I talk to her every so often. Like on Facebook, she like some of my posts, and that's maybe about it. I don't talk to her as much now.
Do you forgive your cousin what she did to you, in turn what she did to Jessica Kern, which is not allowing justice in this case?
I forgive her for what she's done, but I will never forget what she's put me through. Because I can't get almost 6 years of my life. Won't never get that time back. Can't never get that time back.
If you could speak to Venetia, Victoria, and Rosie all at once in the same room right now, do you know what you might say to them?
Yeah. Why'd you lie? Why'd you guys lie? For no reason.
Can you end with a statement about your innocence, a statement about Jeffrey Burton, Quincy Cross, and a little message to the Kern family?
What I want to say? I want to say that I want justice for Quincy and Jessica, and that hold on.
There's some tissue right now if you need some.
I'm not crying because I'm mad, and I'm crying because I want justice and I want my name cleared. Because I won't never get almost 6 years of my life back. I can't get that back. And it's a shame that I had to go through this for nothing. And I had no involvement in it. They don't have her, blood, no nothing on me. I went to prison on hearsay. And I think I deserve justice. Quincy deserves it. Jeff does. Especially the Kern family. They deserve justice. And They put people in prison for something they did not have nothing to do with.